Hi, welcome back to Tales from the Road here at RVNN.TV. I'm Dave Dufour, and with me is Dr. Jill Windy. We're talking about the secret inner world of cats.
That's right.
And I was thinking, we actually do plan these shows in advance, see? And one of the next things on the list has to do with the fact that cats are predators. And I saw a report, and I can't remember where this, like a National Geographic or maybe it was, I think it was something that I read, but it talked about how scaled down, cat behavior is very similar to lion behavior, in the sense that they are still as can be as vicious and as as and as familial in the same kinds of ways that larger cats are, obviously because they're related, but it's just you don't notice it as much. When your cat is meowing, that's really a roar scaled down, that kind of thing. But they're predators, so what does that mean? I mean, they are predatory, and we know that because even playing with string is kind of predatory, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think one of the things that helps us with our indoor-only cats is to remember that and to give them an outlet to use those skills and those instincts. And it also burns a few extra calories and stuff like that too. But yeah, they're predators. So when we're talking in veterinary medicine about how we approach animals or how we handle them or whatever, we have to remember who's predator and who's prey. So we handle a rabbit or a bird differently than we handle a cat or a dog. We handle a horse a lot differently than we handle a cat or a dog. Even though the horse weighs 1,200 pounds, they react very differently than a dog or cat would, because their whole life is let's not die today, on the prey side.
Right.
So you have to be very, very careful, especially on the little guys, the pocket pets, the rabbits and things. You have to be very, very careful about how you handle them so you don't stress them so much that they die. So you can see that happen. So, but with the cats and dogs, they're predators, and so they're not sitting around going, "Oh, let's not die today." They're going, "I got to eat today." So their whole kind of focus is more on, I got to figure out where my next meal is coming from.
Gotcha.
And it doesn't matter that they're 8 years old and you've kept an open buffet of food down for them the entire life or anything else. It's always, am I going to eat tomorrow?
Right.
So because of that mindset, they are going to they're going to exhibit pain differently. They're going to exhibit signs of illness differently, that type of thing. Because if the only way that you eat and survive is that you go run and catch something and eat it, then that's why you're hardwired, then it does you no good to sit around and go, "Oh, my back hurts. Oh, my tooth hurts. Oh, my leg hurts." They don't do that. They're going to fight through it, and they're going to try to continue on no matter what. Because
they become targets.
And then not only do you not eat and starve, but then you become someone else's lunch.
Right.
So we see that. And the same thing goes for signs of illness. So we don't see a lot of signs of illness until they're very advanced. So in all of my cat moms and dads, I tell them, I don't care if you don't even know what it is. If there is something off, that's significant. And we actually have a medical term for that. It's called ADR, which means ain't doing right.
Okay.
Ain't doing right. Ain't doing right, doc. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, we call them ADR. And it's something, it's like, I don't know what it is, but there's something that's different, and we got to figure out and find it, because if they're showing you anything, it's significant. So that's the big thing. The other thing that we have to remember is sometimes even between predator species, we have to handle them differently, because cats aren't pack animals. They don't tend to community hunt. They don't coordinate efforts and things like that. They're very low level. To actually go after something and hunt it, you have to be pretty sure that you're going to catch it, because it's a huge expenditure of energy to go and mess. So cats typically are very kind of low-level energy kids, and then they'll have these sudden bursts of energy. Whereas, dogs, canids will range for miles and miles and miles while they're hunting and things. So for that reason, that also affects then how we play with them and how we make sure they have physical outlet in the house and all of those types of things, knowing we're going to go for short bursts.
Okay, all right. So, and all of us love it when our cat purrs. We all think that that's just marvelous.
It's
but it's not always a friendly thing, I guess.
No, there are, just like there are different tail wags in dogs, there are different purrs in cats. And we love purrs when we're at the clinic, except for when I'm trying to listen to the heart and lungs, because then you can't hear anything.
Is that a fear response they're giving you sometimes when you're trying to listen and they're purring? Is that or is it an anger, or what? I mean, what are the various kinds?
There's just a few different kinds, really, but certainly we have the contented, happy purr,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's one that's a little bit more of an agitated
Right.
kind of purr, and then there's one that is actually grouped in with some of the more confrontational type things that are actually bordering on the growls.
Oh, okay. My cat has one that is sort of like, my bowl's empty, you moron.
Yeah.
She gets very friendly, and it's like
The attention-seeking purr.
and then pretty soon I'm thinking, you don't like me this much.
That's it,
Your
yeah.
bowl's empty.
You're after
Yep, you're right.
Yeah, ulterior motive all the
There you
time. No, but that contented, happy purr is going to be usually a little bit lower in pitch. It's
Yeah.
a little slower in tempo. The body positions are different. That more agitated purrs typically are a lot faster and have a little bit higher pitch to them.
Okay.
Eye positions are important. Contented cats typically will have kind of a little half-closed eye, or they'll be very relaxed. The ears are usually either up or just slightly relaxed. Really agitated cat purrs, the eyes are usually wide open, sometimes a little dilated.
Mm-hmm.
And usually they're either going to have very, very erect ears, or they're going to have what we call airplane ears, where they come out flat.
That one's you can usually
Yeah, that's like, I'm really getting ticked off now.
I'm getting ticked off now. I'm
Yeah.
getting everything down so I can lunge
Right.
fast. That's right.
So not all purrs are happy.
Okay. So and they are routine and territory driven. That is their modus
Yeah.
operandi, pretty much.
Yeah, in that respect, they're really like people. They don't like change.
Mm-hmm.
They need their routine. We'll have cats who will even start to do things like eliminate outside the box because work schedules change, or kids leave for college or come home from college, or anything like that.
So why
Additions
do
to
they
families
pee
and
outside
things.
the box?
Oh, that's like a whole
Do they
series
hate,
of
do they,
shows,
do
Dave.
they hate me or they don't hate me?
No, they don't do it to tick you off, or because they're ticked off at you.
Gotcha.
So because they're routine and territory driven, things can cause them anxiety when they change or are different. They can pee outside the box for pain, for arthritis, some aversion, something happened while they were in the box,
Right.
and they're like, I ain't going back there. They'll go out for, as some will truly mark. Not every cat that pees outside the box is marking. Some are what we call inappropriate elimination.
Gotcha.
But they'll have all these different images. So if you've got a cat peeing outside the box, please come to one of us as quickly as possible, because we have to rule out the medical stuff. Because
Right.
even behavioral things, a lot of them start as medical.
Right.
So we want to get those out of the way. And it becomes exponentially more difficult to get a cat back in the box the longer they're out. So we got to jump on those like super pronto. They can go outside of the box as a signal. Okay, they're not doing it because they're mad at you. Okay, they're doing it because they're kind of freaked out about something. So they're not doing it because they're mad at you, because first of all, cats don't have the cognitive level for spite. So they don't think that way.
Well, that makes things better.
So yes, the second assumption you have to make is that pee is bad. Okay, if you're going to do something because you're mad at someone and you're going to be spiteful, I'm going to pee on you because peeing is gross.
Right.
But peeing is not gross to cats. Peeing is a form of communication.
Gotcha.
So they're saying, hello, over here. So you need to pay attention. Something is wrong.
So we really have to be careful about assuming human motivations to things that cats or dogs do.
Exactly.
Right. And
Yeah.
so, yes, right. Now, again, I think we were actually in a different context. We were talking about that with Dennis Guillaume earlier today. Is that if you've watched too many Disney movies,
Exactly.
you're making too many assumptions. And I think that's just there's sort of a Walt Disney mentality that people have
Yeah,
about
you don't
cats
wanna
and dogs, that
Disney-fy
they are
animals.
not. They're not little people, as you
Exactly.
say. Only in Disney movies are
Right.
they little people. That's right. That's true.
So, and there we go. So here's, if only all cats who pee outside the box would do this.
Yes.
But
you go.
unfortunately not.
That's
So,
right.
But we'll do another show on peeing outside the box.
There you go.
That's a good
Okay,
one.
good. We will be back in just a moment with more about the secret inner world of cats on Tales from the Road, so stay here. Got a question or a comment for Dr. Jill Windy? Get in touch at tales@rvnn.tv or leave a voicemail at 877-578-RVNN, extension 705. Hey, why not email a photo of you and your pet on the RV trail? We love pictures, and we might just use it in an upcoming episode. Follow RV Newsnet on Facebook and Twitter, and you can receive text messages to alert you when we're streaming live by texting RVNN to 72727. That way, you can join us live in the chat room, ask questions, and become part of the RV Newsnet family. Remember, any photos or other material submitted to us become the property of RV Newsnet and cannot be returned. For more TV like this from the world of RVs, head to rvnn.tv.